Whenever I've sat down with my friends to talk about how 2026 has been a great year for all movie nerds, we never forget to scream our lungs out for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, how wouldn't we, and why mustn't we? If we take a look at the long list of movies and TV shows coming and having come out in 2026 from the MCU, it just becomes hard to deny how 2026 is going to have a great impact on Phase 6. Speaking about theatrical releases, we're getting Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday, two of the most anticipated Marvel movies of all time. And on TV, we're getting Spider-Noir, the season 2 of both Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and X-Men 97. Then we're getting VisionQuest. We've already finished watching Daredevil Born Again season 2, and honestly, that series was chef's kiss. Okay, we did just talk about Daredevil Born Again. Okay, how did I forget about the new Punisher one-shot, which just came out? In all honesty, this one-shot is so great. It's 51 minutes long, and still it kept us hooked throughout, as if it were actually some full-fledged theatrical release. Well, what's actually the significance of this special? What does its ending exactly mean? In this video, we're going to discuss it all. Tighten your seatbelts, because we're about to go for a thrilling ride.
Think God's gonna forgive us for the things we've done?
One Last Kill. What does the title mean? The title One Last Kill has a really deep significance if we consider the concept around which the film revolves and what exactly the gist of it was. John Bernthal, who plays the Punisher in this one-shot film, has called this the most psychologically complex, darkest version of the Punisher that we're gonna see, and it does indeed prove that. I mean, he does have a separate spin-off series that completely focuses on him, yet this 51-minute long special allows us to have a look at what's going on in his mind, who Frank Castle is, and how he's actually different from his Punisher persona. Throughout the movie, we get to see Castle grappling with the feelings of guilt and melancholy, especially because his hands are stained with blood, thanks to the many killings that he's done. If we analyze the entire lore, this film takes place just after the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 1, where we see the Punisher escape the makeshift prison of Mayor Wilson Fisk. In the opening itself, we see Frank Castle dealing with his extreme guilt, which externalizes itself as hallucinations about his dead comrades and his family members. Due to all this, Castle has decided to give up the vigilante life. However, the apparitions of his dead comrades mock him for that decision. If you remember what really happened behind the scenes, there was a popular theory going on that Frank Castle himself will be the one last kill, because in order to escape the vigilante life, he has to embrace death. While this exactly does not happen, this very thing does prove one thing. The title One Last Kill brings many questions to the heads of the fans. Is the film going to end with Castle making one last kill before giving up his persona? If yes, then who is that one last kill that the title is talking about? Who is the one last kill? Like I said, the film shows the incidents that happen after the Punisher escapes the makeshift prison of Wilson Fisk. During that scene, he's committed a mass murder of the Nucci's, a family of crime lords who are really well known and have an upper hand in the politics of New York City. And we could definitely see that through how the city is in complete chaos after the Nucci's death. However, later in this movie, the shell cracks apart after the arrival of the only surviving person from the crime family, Ma Nucci, the matriarch who's thirsty for vengeance against Frank Castle. She is the one last kill the title's talking about. The very fact that she's the only survivor from a crime family drags Frank into the pits of Tartarus, despite him not wanting to indulge in violence anymore. Plus, the ending of this one-shot film shows Frank Castle conflicted by whether he'll save an innocent family from getting killed or pursue that one last survivor. In that sense, One Last Kill is definitely none other than Ma Nucci, especially because she escapes from it, which highlights that she's definitely going to play a major role in the future installments of the MCU featuring the Punisher. So what exactly does the ending convey? There's one reason behind the resurgence of the PTSD-addled Frank Castle as the Punisher, even while he's completely engulfed by the feeling of guilt that's tearing his soul apart. You guessed it right, that's none other than his empathetic nature. He feels great empathy for the innocent people who are being tortured and killed by the mafia lords. In the opening of this one-shot, we literally see someone's dog getting killed, and that itself sets the stage for what prompts Frank Castle to return back as the Punisher. Because if he gives up his persona, who will punish these cold-hearted, selfish people? But yes, the film's not about the Punisher being the Punisher, donning that traditional suit. It's about Frank Castle and his empathy, and what actually makes him become the Punisher, the psychological conflict he deals with. And that's proven by how he decides to save an innocent family instead of eliminating that one last kill, especially because she's placed a bounty on his head, which will prompt the goons from Lil Sicily to thirstfully look for him so that they can kill him and win the bounty. For sure, the fact that a bounty is placed on his head adds a new twist to the tale of the Punisher, making it darker than ever. But again, the emergence of this dark tale of survival and punishing, you get to see a juxtaposition. It's the daughter of the shop owner, Dre, whose family he rescues from the aggressors. Her gifting a paper rose to Frank Castle suggests innocence and pure-heartedness, which gives both Castle and the audience a sense of hope. Of course, Dre's daughter, Charlie, is the one who encourages Castle not to give up his vigilante life, because she reminds him of his dead daughter. He kind of perceives the opportunity of saving the innocent family as a sign from his dead daughter that he still has work to do as the Punisher. So another interpretation of the title One Last Kill can be that Frank can never think of making one last kill because he just cannot escape this life anymore. As much as he's tempted to retire from this mentally draining profession and look for some other goals in his life other than punishing the criminals, he just cannot give up this life at all. He's stuck in this outcome forever as the Punisher. His own personal desires do not matter anymore. He has to sacrifice them, or else innocent humans will suffer. At the same time, Ma Nucci, being the one last kill, will, in the near future, elevate the psychological conflict that Frank will struggle with in the next installments. This is why the ending creates an impactful atmosphere, paving a way to many more dark things that are going to happen in Daredevil's universe. Relation with Daredevil Born Again. Without any doubt, the incidents happening in Punisher One Last Kill will play a very important role in the Season 3 of Daredevil Born Again, given that a character from the show, Karen Page, makes an appearance in this movie as a hallucination, of course. While that does not exactly signal whether Karen Page is going to die in the future installments or not, it still lays the groundwork for the subplot or surprise appearances that can be expected from Season 3, which is confirmed to be coming out in 2027. But at the same time, we also see this one-shot diverging from Born Again for some time. We also see the Punisher being at existential crossroads, PTSD-addled. So yes, the Punisher One Last Kill does share a significant relationship with the Born Again franchise, but at the same time, it also has an individual piece dedicated to this specific character from head to toe. However, since Daredevil seems to be sharing some snacks with Brand New Day 2, if we look at some hidden details present in the trailer and promotional materials, and also because the Punisher is going to be in this movie, fans are desperately looking for the answer to this one question. Does this one-shot indicate anything about the upcoming Spider-Man movie? And does this ending lay any kind of groundwork for whatever is going to happen in this movie? Or are there any post-credit scenes, like how No Way Home hinted at a Venom installment? Let's find out. Relation with the new Spider-Man movie. For those who don't know, the Punisher is going to be spotted in Spider-Man Brand New Day as well. And since the flicks under Marvel are often interlinked, fans often keep looking for the subtlest of hints. And in the case of the Punisher, that feeling coming from them is extremely valid, given that this short came out 2 months before the film's release, through which we can come up with this conclusion. The Marvel Universe does want to create a sizzling buzz for the character of the Punisher, and definitely he's going to play a very integral role in Brand New Day. But then again, if we take a deeper dive into what's happening in this short film, like I mentioned earlier, this film takes place just after the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Second, and most important, this short does not have a post-credits scene. The film straightforwardly ends with Frank Castle's rejuvenation as the Punisher. So yes, this short film is completely about the Punisher and his internal conflict, and how he cannot be able to escape the life of being a vigilante committing bloody killings. But then again, since this special completely centers on the PTSD factor of the Punisher's story, we can assume that his traumatic experiences with killing people, having witnessed his family's deaths, can play a great role in the new Spider-Man movie, especially because Spider-Man movies always deal with the topics of sacrifice and canon events, which have shaped the superheroes into who they are. That being said, the Punisher One Last Kill still promises a thrilling experience, something that prepares you completely for the Phase 6 of the Marvel Universe. Personal thoughts. If I'm asking about my personal thoughts regarding this short film, in all sincerity, as someone who loves Marvel characters oozing hypermasculinity as well as extreme melancholy, I couldn't help but watch this film attentively. Of course, this special presentation from Marvel's side is special in so many ways. It's violent, it's melancholic, it's touching, and most importantly, this special is a thought-provoking piece too. If we actually take a look at how war, violence, and revenge affect humans. So that's it for today, guys. If you loved this movie, then drop a like on this video and share it with your friends. And if you happen to have some other interpretations on the ending of this film, then you can leave your thoughts in the comments section. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell icon so you never miss any updates. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, and as always, stay marvelous.